Hi, it's Barry. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have 12 easy planner hacks plus information on how to keep your planner minimal while using an accent color. And of course, a fabulous contest. Grab a beverage because this is one of my longer videos, but I have lots of hacks and a fun contest at the end, so make sure you're paying attention. So this is a Gillio Appunto B6, and Appunto means no rings. You can slide in a notebook or you can slide in a disc planner. It's a leather planner. It's made in Belgium. It's kind of bumpy, it's very unusual, and it's called a Freddy. Some people think it's kind of scary, like Freddy Krueger. So one of the first things you're going to notice in here is what I have in the front as my dashboard. Let's talk further about that. I love this card that I got with the cloth and paper Penspiration box a few months ago because it's exactly the colors. And you can take cards like this. This one happens to be the pen test sheet that comes with that box. And you can take cards like this and the smaller journal cards and clip them to pages in your planner. Fit them in the pockets if they do fit. The other thing that you can do is what I'm going to show you today. So I got this really inexpensive laminator several years ago, and it's worked like a charm. For this particular purpose, I need to fit it in my mini HP, so I'm going to use one of the 8.5 by 11 sheets. Normally what I would do if I'm laminating is usually laminate a few things at once, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just putting one item in the sheet. Okay, and then you'll see something like this. And then what you're going to do is come in and use a trimmer to the size of your planner. I absolutely love this trimmer because it has so many lines and guides on it. And one of the biggest guides is right in the middle where it folds, which is 5.5, and I use half letter, so that works perfectly. And then it can fold back for storage, so I keep it in a drawer, which is great. And the next thing that you're going to need to do is punch. And it is protecting the front of my planner pages. So here's another hack. With the cloth and paper sub boxes, we always get one of the calendar cards, and the style has changed a little bit this year. And sometimes these are great and they can fit in, but a lot of times they don't fit in the size pockets that I'm using. You know, they might stick out too far and block something else, or it's hard to see through it. I know a lot of people clip them to pages, but then sometimes the pages get bent, and I'm just not a fan of that. So you can see what I did here. I trimmed part of the top, part of the bottom, so that it's going to fit in that bottom pocket. And then another hack is that I love using sticker sheets as deco. So this sheet normally looks like this, and I get this from PlannerShop. And this is just a very, very pale olive color. It's called green tea latte, and it just, to me, seems to coordinate very well. So then when I place this behind it, it's going to at least have some interest to it. And I can pull it out if I need to see the dates. So one of the things is when you go to trim it, you want to be sure that you're going to get that nice edge. I use one of these corner rounders. The one I used here is the small size, but I also have the large size because if I'm in a bigger planner, a lot of times this is very useful. And following off on that hack for using stickers, I love using these little transparent heart stickers, and other than labels, the dots and those hearts are the only thing that I use. So here's another way that I use that as deco. And this is another hack. And what I have here is one of the transparent dashboards that you can slide things in the top. So I have the sticker sheet there because I just love those stickers and love the way it looks, but it's also practical because I can use them. And then I put a cloth and paper card, which happens to be the Penspiration board, in there. I did have to trim it a tiny bit. Don't be afraid to trim things. So what I've done here is made essentially my own page lifter. And what the advantage of a page lifter is it prevents the pages in the back of your planner, mostly when you're in a ring planner, but I find sometimes it can also be a problem in a disc planner that those pages get messed up. So it helps protect those pages. But the other thing that it does is it acts as a pencil board because it's very firm. And then if you notice, like if you have the zipper here, or in this planner especially because it's very bumpy, that when you start writing on your last few pages, they will get messed up. This prevents that because it acts like a pencil board. So while we're back here, let's talk about the pen loop. So this planner is one that I use at home on my desk. It doesn't really go anywhere. I work from home. So it doesn't make sense to me to put a regular pen in here because the pen is out and I'm using it. The pen that I use 90% of the time is the Kikuyo. I love these pens, and I have them in other colors also, but this one happens to be my favorite. It's called the Tofu White. What I do is I put my favorite highlighter in there so that is easily at hand. So another hack that I have is to use multiple shades of your highlighter so that you're not introducing too many colors and then it's not going to look minimal. If you're using a lot of different colors, your planner may start not appearing minimal to you and you may not be as happy. But you could use, like I have 3 different shades of this olive green that all work well together. I have the high level highlighter that Cloth and Paper has. I have the Mona Mia Senti. And then I have this one, which was just in the last Penspiration box, and I couldn't be happier about it. It's a new olive green mild liner that just came out. So while we're back here, let me show you another hack. So sometimes when you have a disc-bound planner and you slide it in, sometimes it moves around a little bit. I'm exaggerating there. And what I've done to solve that is I simply took a dashboard that I had, and it's in a different material than this one, and it kind of grabs a little bit. I put a hard card in it, and then I stick that in, and it prevents the slipping. It was slipping around quite a bit. So another hack to make your planner fit in with your accent color, what I did here is I simply bought the page flags in the same color as these stickers. And I just cut and trimmed them and put them on the back side. The labels that I use are ScribbleStickerCo. So another hack to make your planner fit in with your accent color, what I did here is I simply bought the page flags in the same color as these stickers. And I just cut and trimmed them and put them on the back side. The labels that I have there are ScribbleStickerCo, and the labels are clear, and then I just put the page flag behind to give it some color and make this look totally unique from any of my other planners. So if you watched my last video, you know that I've used Hobonichi weeks for a long time for my schedule. And it really doesn't make a lot of sense to have your schedule in one place, your master list in another place, etc. I've been using this layout, although I used clear labels here in past years, but recently ScribbleStickerCo has come out with these slim minimal labels, and I love the way they divide up the page. I've tried a number of layouts over the years, and I would always go back to the Hobonichi, the weeks. I just have done really well with it. Well, in the fall, I found a layout that was very similar to a Hobonichi that Brooklyn Grace had. What I did was I bought the printable and then had her customize it. And this is what I have. And then what I did was I used the slim minimal labels, and a hack that I have is to use the clean color dots. I am waiting and waiting and waiting for an olive green one. None to be found. I've tried several different things and no luck yet with anything that's worthwhile. I mainly use either the platinum, which is gray, or the black. And you can see that I have the black here, and that helps divide up my lists. What you will also see here is the use of one of the heart stickers on each side. That's about all I do for the stickers. I don't use a lot of stickers because it's pretty minimal. But I get to see a tiny bit of that green color, and I feel it makes the planner seem more cohesive. And then I do use some highlighters, and then I use some other olive green pens that I've accumulated through the cloth and paper penspiration box. And I just use those not for the writing. For the writing I use my Kikuyo, but like if I want to cross something out, or if I wanted to make a box around something, I might use those. Now, if something like that interests you, stay tuned for the contest at the end. So anyway, I went tandem with this for the month of December and did duplicate planning to see how it worked, to see if I was comfortable. Decided that I was, and guess what, guys? I'm not using the Hobonichi. I know, Maggie, you're probably shocked. This is really working for me. I really enjoy it. I enjoy just having this one planner out and then pulling all my other planners for specific things that I'm doing. I use the inbox sheet at the front of my master list. And this is a great insert from cloth and paper. I use it for inbox. I use it for goals. I use it for projects. It's wonderful. So what I had been doing was just taking those clear labels, and obviously I don't want to take these clear labels, if I might make a change or whatever and want to change this, I'm not going to use those every day or every few days. So what I did was I simply use a Lecce page flag. Because this is mini HP, I had to trim it. So there's a hack for you, is to do that. Make sure you're using the Uni Pin pen when you're writing on transparent so that it doesn't smear. There are some other pens that also work for this. This one's my favorite. I don't use it for writing, just on transparencies. So I did upgrade this a little bit by switching to the slim minimal. And then you can see I've used the dot marker to do those dots. And I like this list. I look at it several times a day. It's just some general things. It's not my detailed to-do list or my detailed master list. And if you're interested in that, I'm going to link the video to how my inbox and master list program works. So let's get to the contest. This week's contest, again, is really easy. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and leave me a comment telling me which hack was your favorite in this video. Check back after the contest ends on March 21st to see if you won, and send me your address within 24 hours if you did. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time around.